Our next guest has fought relentlessly against medical cartels' silencing campaign, which is why he invited people like Michelle and actual experts to join him in Florida today. And he's also calling for a grand jury now to investigate any and all wrongdoing in Florida with respect to the COVID-19 vaccines. Joining us now is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor, it's great to see you tonight. What did you learn today in hearing, again, these voices, many of them suppressed or people ostracized over the last few years?
Well, Laura, like anything, I mean, you take an mRNA shot, and the way to view it is, okay, what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks? And it seems like our medical establishment never wanted to be honest with people about the potential drawbacks. And so you showed a clip from Dr. Ladapo down here in Florida and the analysis that he's done with people, particularly young men who've taken the mRNA shots. We, of course, had witnesses talk about their experience. And how are we in a situation? Yes, Florida, we banned vaccine passports almost 2 years ago. We banned the shot mandates for jobs and saved a lot of people's jobs. Nevertheless, throughout our country, you still have hundreds of universities in other states that are still mandating these boosters on these college kids, when any type of cost-benefit analysis would say the benefit from them taking the shot, as you alluded to, it doesn't prevent them from getting infected or spreading it anyways. The benefit is minuscule, but as Joe Ladapo and other studies have shown, there is a risk for doing it. So why can't our medical establishment acknowledge that? Why the deception? Why have they continued to do this for 2 years?
I want to read some of the reaction to your move today. New York Magazine's Jonathan Chait said it's been very, very obvious that Ron DeSantis was courting the anti-vaccine movement. It's a case study in conservative movement's intellectual dysfunction. And similar nastiness from Vanity Fair, taking your authoritarian ambitions to the next level. He demonizes public health safety measures to score political points. Governor, is your goal with this roundtable today to demonize public health and safety officials?
Well, let me tell you this, Laura. The authoritarians were the ones that wanted to mandate the vax on people. I protected people from having that happen and made sure Floridians could make their own choice. The authoritarians wanted to institute a vaccine passport system, almost like a social credit system, so that people who dissented from this would be marginalized from society entirely. We rejected that and we banned it. So we were, from the very beginning, helping people make their own decisions, but not using either the coercive power of the state or allowing big corporations to condition those choices. And so, look, at the end of the day, what we're looking for is to provide truth, to provide accurate data, and provide accurate analysis. And we had a great researcher from Denmark. Laura, Denmark does not allow people under 50, unless they have pre-existing conditions, to get the mRNA shots, because they've analyzed it and said that the drawbacks outweigh the benefits. But they've also looked at all-cause mortality, and the researcher found that, yes, in some age groups there was a decline in COVID mortality after taking these, but there was then an increase in other types of mortality. So why have we not seen big declines in excess mortality since these things have been introduced? And so we have now a panel that we've created in Florida that is effectively going to function the way a CDC should function, and basically do evidence-based medicine, take studies seriously that counteract the narrative, and be willing to ask questions and go where the data leads.
And, Governor, on another issue, today in Washington, the White House was celebrating the president's signing of a national legislation to protect both interracial marriage and non-traditional marriages, gay marriage and the like. There are a lot of religious conservatives and other traditional Americans who are concerned that this will end up being a severe encroachment on religious liberty and religious conscience rights. And I wonder if you might have a reaction to those concerns.
Well, I think they're valid concerns. I mean, Laura, was interracial marriage being even debated in this country. Nobody's talking about that. They're using the power, I think, of the federal government in ways that will absolutely put religious institutions in difficult spots if you have people that are so inclined to be very aggressive against that. And I don't think that there was certainly no need to do this. And I do think that those concerns were valid.
And there's the other issue brewing here, which will affect all the states, which is this omnibus spending bill, which is working its way now through the Senate, with Mitch McConnell looking like he wants to strike a deal with Chuck Schumer. A lot of House Republicans, we're about to talk to one, not happy about this because obviously they're taking over the House in a few weeks, meaning no leverage for the Republicans going forward. I know you're not in Congress anymore, but you have a lot of experience having been a congressman. What would your reaction be if you were still up on Capitol Hill and you just lost all that leverage next year?
Well, obviously, they should punt it to the new Congress when we'll have the majority in the House. There'll be more Republican leverage, and they'll be able to hopefully engineer a better outcome than they will being in the minority in both houses right now.
Why do you think the Republicans would not want to do that? Kevin McCarthy or whoever will be Speaker. Why do you think?
Laura, you're looking to a guy that has voted against omnibus bills in my sleep when I was in Congress. I mean, that's just the way these guys operate. I never fit into that. And part of the reason I ran for governor, quite frankly, is because I didn't like the way Washington operated. But yeah, you have really both parties have been addicted to these big omnibus bills. They'll put it out. It'll be thousands of pages. No one will really be able to read it. And it's basically back to Nancy Pelosi government. Pass it to find what's in it. And I think the American people are sick of that.
Governor DeSantis, we really enjoyed the roundtable today. Thank you for staying on this issue of COVID accountability. It's great to see you tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.